I'm gonna try clap. My clap sucks too. What the hell's wrong with all our claps? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. If you listened to the first half of Mile High Podcast tonight, you knew we were about to do James's game, which is something that we do every week on the Mile High Podcast. Nerd Corner could not be here right now. They had prior engagements. But we have Santori. We have Santori, who has a cameraman as well to be his lifeline on questions if he doesn't know it. We won't say who the cameraman is, but he has one. We have Dave and we have Nancy, and we have about a 3-part game that we're going to do, and it's all based on music. So, I'm going to explain the rules, and then we're going to go through it. Right now, first thing, this is a team game. You want to make it to the end of these 20 questions. Here are the rules. You can only miss 2 questions. If you miss 2 questions, you are out of the game. You may pass 1 question. So you can miss 2 questions and pass 1 question. That's all it is to it. I'm going to go in a circle. If you can't all get to 20, you lose the game. So you are a team. Those letters I had you write have nothing to do with this game, so set those off to the side. We're going to start off in the visual way that I see it, which starts us off with our comedian friend Santori. First question, Santori, do you understand the rules? You have 2. You can get the questions wrong twice, and you can pass them once. You're working as a team. Do you understand the rules on how we're doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do I get to answer questions?
Do you need a lifeline to answer that?
Am I answering questions with my letters now or no? That's all I need.
No, not with your letters. That was specifically like the early part of the rules.
No, I know the rules. I'm saying when you do ask me the question.
No, this is gonna be, I'm going to ask you a question, and you're just gonna give me just a regular answer. You're gonna give me the answer to the question. The letters come later. All right. So you're trying to get to 20 questions as a team. We'll see how we do. Santori, number 1 question. Who was the first country artist to sell over 10 million copies of an album?
I'm going to say Garth Brooks.
Gonna say Garth Brooks. And Nancy and Dave, just out of curiosity, do you agree with him?
I don't know anything about country music. So if he says Garth Brooks, and he said it with conviction, so I'm going to say Garth Brooks as well then.
What do you think, Nancy?
Yeah, it's a respectable guess. Yeah.
And you know what? That was an excellent, respectable guess. You have made it past the first question. Mike Santori, you were right.
Nice job, Santori. Way to start us off.
You guys have only 19 other questions to answer. Let's see how you do.
That'll be the only one we get right.
These are variants of questions, so I hope they work for you. So, Nancy, you'll probably get this one, or you should. What studio did the Beatles use to record 191 songs?
Oh. Pass.
Pass.
Is it Apple Studios?
I would never do that.
Okay, Dave says Apple Studios. Santori, do you have a guess outside of Apple Studios and a pass?
Abbey Road.
Since she passed it and somebody else answered it, once again, Santori is keeping you down that list. Nancy, you have 0 passes left.
That was the name of the studio, Abbey Road?
It was the name of the studio. Was
Nice.
Abbey Road. So, yeah, you're
Good job, Santori. Look at him.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's killing it.
There you go. All right, Dave, this one's for you. What Michael Jackson album is the 2nd best-selling album ever?
Thriller.
Santori, do you agree with the Thriller?
No, I'm okay. I'm gonna go on a limb here. I don't really know for sure, but I think the way that you phrase that question says that it's number 2. So I think Thriller is number 1, and I think like Bad is number 2.
You got to give me one of those 2 answers. It's going to be Thriller, it's going to be Bad. I'll read it again. What Michael Jackson album is the 2nd best-selling album ever?
I'll say Thriller. I'm gonna go Thriller.
Yeah, Thriller. I agree.
Santori, what do you think of that?
I'm going to have to agree with that. That's tough, but I'm going to agree with that.
I'd like to submit my vote.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with
Cameraman?
I'm gonna go with Billie Jean.
That's off the Thriller.
Yeah, that's off of the Thriller album. So all of you were correct. We finished question number 3.
Man, we're
Good
3-0,
job.
man.
You were
3-0.
3-0. Yeah, you're doing really good. Now, for some
That was
reason, where you
worded
guys,
tricky.
it was word tricky, so you got to listen. Some reason how you guys are sitting changed, but I'm going to stay in the same order I started with. So, Santori,
Yes, sir.
what Elton John song is the best-selling single in history?
Really? Between Tiny Dancer and I'm still standing. Fuck. Tiny Dancer.
Santori's going to go with Tiny Dancer as the Elton John song that is the best-selling single in history. Is that your final answer, Santori?
No, it's not. Candle in the Wind.
You're
The
moving over
Princess
to
Diana
Candle.
version, right?
Dave goes with that.
Is it the Princess Diana version? Because that was what I thought. It was the
Yeah.
Elton John Princess
Yeah,
Diana Candle in the Wind.
Candle in the Wind. I just remember.
What about you, Nancy? What do you think? Is he right?
Is my answer? Oh, is he right? He might be right, but I wonder if it's because he did the Lion King album, and I'm wondering if Circle of Life.
Santori has once again come to
Wow.
the right. Because I thought you were going to get knocked out, but it is Candle in the Wind. It is the 1997 version, Princess Diana, Candle in the Wind.
Yeah, got that one. Nice job, Santori.
Thank
Good
you.
job, Santori. Nancy, this one's up to you. You're the only one who's used a pass or anything. You can't pass. You need to answer and get it wrong or right. What is Jay-Z's real name?
Oh.
I don't know.
God dang it. I have to admit, I don't know.
They made an album together, Jay-Z.
Stop, Prosciutto. My God.
You really don't know? Does anyone, including the camera guy, have a guess?
Carter.
Chris Carter.
Something Carter.
I need a first name.
What were you gonna say, Santoria? Can I get a? No, I can't.
I have no idea who that is.
Chris
I'll let
Carter.
somebody else.
I think it is.
Camera guy says Chris Carter.
I think it is. I thought it was.
All right. What do you think, Nancy?
I'll go with Chris Carter since he said it because I know it's Carter or something, but.
Well, we moved by question 5, but Nancy has one strike against her. If she gets one more, she's out of the game.
Yeah, I'm good at
Jay-Z's
music
real name.
theory, not music trivia. There's a huge difference.
Jay-Z's real name, for those of you who did not know, is Sean Carter.
Ah,
Sean Carter is Jay-Z's
know
real
that.
name.
Yeah, I would never have got that.
All right, Dave, let's hope you get this one. What guitarist released his band's first album, Are You Experienced, in 1967?
yeah, I'd know that.
What guitarist released their band's first single in 1967?
First album. Are You
Album.
Experienced? Album, not single, album.
I'm gonna say Van Halen with the
Have
way
you
that that was phrased. I'm gonna say
So
But I don't
is
know.
that your final answer? You do have a pass if you want to use it.
I'm gonna pass it to Santori because he seems to know this is like his strong suit. So I'm gonna pass it to Santori.
So Dave has passed it on to Santori. Santori, what guitarist released his band's first album, Are You Experienced, in 1967?
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh man, I was
Yes.
Mike Santori is keeping this game alive for both of you. You have both used the pass. Nancy has one strike. He is absolutely correct. It was Jimi Hendrix. And lucky for you, we're going right back to Santori because that's how the order fell. Santori, what rock band was made up of Robert Plant, John Paul? He didn't even let me finish the question. And he is
Because you
right.
said Robert Plant first.
Yeah, it's the way the question was worded. All right, so Nancy, if you get this question wrong, we aren't
Okay,
coming back to it.
ask me some classic rock questions like that. Like,
It's just the order that the list are on.
not
I don't pick the
studios
order.
and official names.
Okay, this is an artist. This is an artist. So let's see what you can do with this. What singer recorded "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number"?
Aaliyah.
And Nancy takes
Nice.
us past question number 8 with the pushing of Aaliyah.
I am redeemed.
You have stayed alive for another round. Dave, you don't have any passes left over. So, and this might be an interesting question. You may know this one. I'm curious. Number 9. Sugar, We're Going Down, Dance Dance, and A Little Less 16 Candles, A Little More Touch Me appear on what Fall Out Boy album?
I have no clue. I have never listened to a Fall Out Boy song. I don't have no idea.
Yeah,
You
if you
can't
know
pass.
that, you're out of the herd.
You can't
Out.
pass, so I
Out.
need you to give me a bad answer. Give me,
All right.
what do you think their name is?
Fall Out Boy, the Black Album.
Dave is not correct about that. Santori or Nancy, do either of you have a guess?
Fallout.
Santori, are you a big
No,
Fall Out
I don't
Boy
have
fan?
it. If I say anything, I say Fall Out Boy, Fall Out Boy.
No, it is from an album called From Under the Cork Tree.
Yeah.
So we passed question 9, but both Nancy and Dave have used their passes, and they both have 1 strike against them. Santori is the only one that does not have a strike against him, which is perfect because he's the one the next question goes to. Santori, what band is made up of Joe and Paul DeGeorge, is the founder of Wizard Rock? Well, what band, let me read that again. What band made up of Joe and Paul DeGeorge is the founder of Wizard Rock?
Fuck. I'm gonna have to pass.
We're going to pass. He uses his first pass. So listen to the question. I'll give you guys a clue. I'd be impressed if you knew this right away because I didn't know it. But listen to the question very closely. I'll let you both guess. And if you get it right, we'll see where we go. What band is made up of Joe and Paul DeGeorge, is the founder of Wizard Rock?
I think it's The Who. Because you said wizard.
Dave?
I don't know. I'm thinking pinball wizard.
The only wizard I know is Harry Potter. So I'm going to go
If you were to name that into a band, what would you call it?
Harry Potter. And
Close.
his Wizards 3.
The band's name is Harry and the Potters.
Clever.
It
Yeah.
is
Almost as
clever.
good as Oakley Dokley, the
Oh.
Ned Flanders metal band.
I was way off.
Well, that's it. Everybody has used their pass. I was worried that you guys were going to get knocked out before Santori could use his pass. We're 10 questions in. We have to make it another 10 questions. You can only get a total of 4 of them wrong between you guys. So,
I'm pretty
Nancy.
impressed that we only got a couple wrong.
yeah, you've done right.
They
all
were
right so
mostly
far.
me.
Well, let's see what we
You're
can
going to come
do
in
with
strong, Nancy.
All right.
I think you got to end the other end strong. What singer fronted the Black Eyed Peas and released her own album, The Duchess, in 2006?
Oh,
Who's that for?
it's for me.
Nancy.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Want me to read it?
my
She
house,
pissed her
my house,
pants
my
on
house, my house.
stage.
I can't think of her name though. I'm so
You-
bad with names.
You got to give me a name, Nancy.
She's married to Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, I need like a letter. Fuck. Why'd you give me a name question? No. I haven't thought about her in enough years to think of her name. I'm sorry, guys.
So make up a name for me. Give me a raw name.
I don't know, Chrissy. I don't know.
Nancy is out of this game.
Ah.
Dave and Santori have to carry it all the way in. Dave or Santori, who wants to answer that for me?
Would it be
Fergie.
Fergie?
Ah,
It is Fergie. That is right, Nancy. Not only are you out of the game, but we just get to sit and look at your pretty face because you're muted. You're knocked out. Bye-bye, Nancy.
Sorry, Nancy.
So Nancy is muted out of this game, and now it is just the two of you. You have 8 questions left. You got to make it all the way to the end. Dave, it goes to you. If you get this wrong, you are also out of this game.
Oh, pressure, David.
There's a lot of pressure because, I never realized that Santori is like an encyclopedia of music
He
knowledge.
knows a lot of music, David. Like I'd like give him a song, and he names years.
He's like the Rain
Sounds
Man
like-
of music.
I'm telling you.
He's gonna be your big hope here. But I'll be impressed if you know this. It's out of your genre, I know. Dave, whose album Love, Pain, and the Whole Crazy Thing includes the single I Told You So?
I'm going to say Kanye West. That is my final answer.
Oh, that is
I
your
have no
final
idea.
answer because you're also out of the game and muted, Dave. Santori, do you have an answer?
No.
Pass.
Well, that's
you still have a
so you
second
would've-
pass.
Second pass. Dave, you're muted. Thanks for playing. You'll be back for the next game. Santori, you're the only one that can take your team all the way to the end on this.
What was the answer?
The answer was Keith Urban.
Way off.
Way off. So that's it. You guys are out. Santori, back and forth between me and you. You have to
All right.
carry the next 7 questions all by yourself. All right.
It's easy for you.
I don't know. These have been the last 3 questions I did not know.
You had you did get 2. You have 2 abilities to get it wrong, so keep that
Oh,
in
okay.
mind. So you have a little
Yeah,
bit
you
more.
got this.
All right, good.
All right. Number 13. What Christian rock crossover band is known for their rendition of The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything, as well as the singles Who I Am, Hates Who I've Been, and Be My Escape?
The only Christian rock band I've ever known of and only like really listened to, and I've never, those songs I don't recognize. I'm just gonna say Striper.
It is
Oh,
called
that's-
Reliant K. So this,
Yeah.
we don't know what that is. Santori, that was one of the 2 you can get wrong. You have 6 other questions. And
But you can skip too.
I can skip 2?
No, you've already used your skip. There's no more skip. He has to. He has to answer all of this.
You got my
But
hopes up.
But you do have your secret cameraman help. So let's see what goes on with this. What hip hop artist made his film debut in Stomp the Yard and is currently filming with Regina King? What hip hop artist made his film debut in Stomp the Yard and is currently filming with Regina King?
I can't do anything with this one. Yeah. Never. And it's filming, so he's got to be like right now.
Stomp the yard.
Stomp the yard or stomp?
Stomp. STOMP. Stomp the Yard.
I don't. I have to guess, huh?
You have to give me a guess. I'll give you a clue.
All right.
He has a connection to Rihanna in some
Chris
way.
Brown.
Chris
Chris Brown.
Brown does have a connection to Rihanna. It's not a great connection, but it's definitely the connection that we needed for you to move on to the next question. You get to go on.
All right. Thank you.
Mike doesn't know his hip hop, but he knows his domestic abuse. So, final 5, Santori. You should be able to
That's
make it to
like,
the
I
end.
have to go that route. I really don't.
Right,
Sorry.
right. The non-woke answer that Santori knows. What self-titled album by an American Idol contestant includes singles "It's Not Over" and "Home" easily outsold the debut album of the winner Taylor Hicks?
Stupid name. Oh, what is his name? It's not over. I know the dude's. I know the song. But what the hell's his name? Oh, that dude's name. No, Jeffrey, not Gregory. God, why is Chris Gaines jumping in my head for some reason?
It's not Chris Gaines.
That's Garth Brooks. Ah, damn it. Oh, man. It's Lucas.
No.
No,
Santori. You were out. It is Daughtry. Daughtry is
Daughtry,
the
yeah,
one.
Daughtry.
Oh, man. You really carried most of that game, but you guys fell out with 5 questions left. So I thought that you guys would really, I thought running 20 questions would go a lot farther than that. I was really surprised, guys. So
those are hard ass questions, man. If you were
really,
who was the lead singer of Led Zeppelin? Like, yeah, we know that shit. Not like who's beat Rihanna's ass
band?
in
Did you even
2005.
read those? Like, who here did you think was going to know the Christian rock band?
that was one of 15 questions. You guys do know you all passed one question and each got 6 of them wrong.
Wait.
They weren't all that hard.
But
They're pretty hard.
Okay, Jimi Hendrix has like 2 popular albums that everybody would know by name, and you know what I mean. And then you ask like ridiculous questions like that, or what the Abbey Road. Well, somebody knew that.
I don't make the rules of James's game. I just play James's game.
It's literally called James's game. So I would say anybody who changes the rules, it's you.
It is all my rules. And we're changing into our second game where you're competing against each other. So you're going to need these letters.
Are they the same kinds of questions?
No, they're 80s. So I figured the right crew of people can talk about 80s music. So here's how it's going to go. Do not show me the answers until I tell you to show me the answers. I'm going to read off a question. I'm going to give you a sequence of multiple choice answers. You're going to show them to me. That locks in your answer. You cannot change your answer after I put it in. You are competing against each other. At the end of this, one of you will be the champion of James's Games Music Edition. Everybody understand?
What do you win when you win James's games?
Nothing. Okay. You can watch me smoke weed on camera.
Right. Hey, I won on James's show. Yay.
Stanley will come to your house and look sad. That's what we can promise here.
We'll have a hot dog.
Exactly. All right. So I'm going to read off the question. I'm going to give you the 4 answers, 4 possible answers. Do not put them up until I tell you. All right. First question. Which hit song featured the following lyric? The love we share seems to go nowhere, and I've lost my light. A, teardrops. B, tainted love. C, love action - I believe in love. Or D, Superwoman.
I know this answer.
All right. Does anyone need me to reread the question?
I need you to repeat what C was.
Okay. So we've got A, teardrops. B, tainted love. C, love action. D, Superwoman.
Okay.
All right. At the count of 3, I need you to put up your answers. 1, 2, 3. Nancy says A. Dave and Santori both say B.
I grabbed the wrong paper. Oh, well.
Oh, Nancy, that's tough.
I don't care. It's
Because
fine.
Santori and Dave both get a point. Nancy, you get a whole lot of 0 on that one.
I mean, line up my
1 to
answers
0.
better.
All right, first question. Everybody understand how this is going to work out going forward? Pretty simple, right? We've all played games. We've seen Big Brother. Question number 2. Who sang the title track of the late 80s James Bond film License to Kill? Was it A, Tina Turner, B, Patti LaBelle, C, Gladys Knight, or D, Shirley Bassey? Who sang the title track of the late 80s James Bond film License to Kill? A, Tina Turner, B, Patti LaBelle, C, Gladys Knight, D, Shirley Bassey. Everyone has their answers ready? 3, 2, 1, show me your answers. I've got Nancy, I can't see yours. Nancy just D. Okay, I have an A, C, and D. Leave those up real quick. Dave's A, Santori is C, and Nancy is D. The correct answer is Michael Santori with Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight saved the late
Nice job,
80s
Santori.
James Bond film, License to Kill. Santori leads 2-1-0. Nancy has no points. Dave has one. Santori is kicking butt. He is definitely the music man. Let's see if it moves on. Let's see what he knows about De La Soul. The Magic Number was a 1989 hit for the band De La Soul. Which of their albums did it appear on? Is it A, 3 Feet High and Rising, B, Below Mind State, C, De La Soul is Dead, or D, The Grind State? Which 1989 hit album of De La Soul did the Magic Number appear on? A, 3 Feet and Rising, B, Below Mind State, C, De La Soul is Dead, and D, The Grind State. Everyone get their answers ready at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, bring them up. I got an A from Dave, a D from Santori, and an A from Nancy. So Dave and Nancy are A and D from Santori. The correct answer, A, 3 Feet High and Rising. Dave has tied it up with Santori, and Nancy has made her way onto the board. There's an
So
actual
proud of
game
you.
going on
Nice job,
there.
Nancy.
Thank you. I
Santori
have
That was
is-
nothing but a guess. I just totally guessed.
I have that album.
Do you?
No, I did.
Okay.
The tape.
Well, there you go. So we're having a pretty good game. I thought Nancy would be higher, but we'll see what's going on with that. Question number 4. Which 1980s Clash song, when re-released in 1991, went straight to number 1 in the UK? Was it A, London Calling? Was it B, Straight to Hell? Was it C, Rock the Casbah? Or was it D, Should I Stay or Should I Go? Which
Can you repeat?
80s, repeat it, which 80s Clash song, when re-released in 1991, went straight to number 1 in the UK? Is it A, London Calling, B, Straight to Hell, C, Rock the Casbah, or D, Should I Stay or Should I Go? And I need your questions up in 3, 2, 1, put them up.
I was
The
getting my
D-
charger. I was gonna say A, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it because I was getting my
Okay,
charger.
so
My phone's at
Santori and
4%.
Nancy goes with A, Dave goes with a D. The correct answer is Should I Stay or Should I Go? Dave
Oh,
has taken the lead with the Clash. It is
But if
now
you have
3
not listened to London Calling by The Clash, that is like something you have to do in your lifetime, is listen to London Calling. Start to finish.
Nice.
Fucking amazing.
You guys, but it must be because Dave knew that it was gonna. How did you know that it was popular in the UK, or was that just a guess, Dave?
No, they're huge. They're as big in the UK as the Ramones are here. I mean, they're everywhere in Europe, just in Europe in general. But anything they do is fucking huge.
There you go.
I was going to say, should I stay or should I go? But you said London Calling in the UK, so I got sidetracked.
You did the association with where they were at. No, that's
Good job.
you guys look like you're losing to Dave, so that's gonna be a pretty interesting thing. And we're moving on to our 5th question. Which Duran Duran song opened with a sample of laughter from the keyboardist's girlfriend? Was it A, Is There Something I Should Know? B, Hungry Like a Wolf? C, Girls on Film? Or D, The Wild Boys? Which Duran Duran song opened with a sample of laughter from the keyboardist's girlfriend? A, Is There Something I Should Know? B, Hungry Like a Wolf? C, Girls on Film? And D, The Wild Boys. I need your questions in 3, 2, 1. Answers, not questions. I got an upside down B. Everybody says B, and it is B, Hungry Like a Wolf. Everybody gets a point.
Good job, everybody.
Everybody moves
Good
up.
job.
Nothing changes in the game. all across the board. All right. Question number 6. Complete the Kate Bush lyric from her 1985 song, Hounds of Love. Now the hounds of love are hunting. I've always been a coward. And I'm ashamed of running away. A. And okay, let me reread that. That got weird. Complete the lyric. Now the hounds of love are hunting. I've always been a coward. Is it A, and I'm ashamed of running away? B, and feel your arms surround me? C, and of what was following me? Or D, and I don't know what's good for me?
Will you just repeat the beginning lyric again?
Yes. Now the hounds of love are hunting. I've always been a coward. Does anybody need me to read the answers, or are we all ready?
Now we're good. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Answers in 3, 2, 1. Let's see them. I've got A. I've got C. Nancy, what do you got there? D. Okay. A, C, D. Let's see what we got here. Dave, Santori, Nancy. The correct answer is, and I don't know what's good for me, which is the one that Nancy went with, and she moves up, and she is now tied with Santori, and they're both only a single point behind Dave.
Nice.
All right.
All
Now
right.
it's a game.
Now people are
The
having
game
fun.
is afoot.
And the foot is a hand, and the hand is an arm. All right. Which new wave band scored the mid-'80s hit Somewhere in My Heart? Was it A, Aztec Camera, B, Blondie, C, Ultravox, or D, the Thompson Twins? Which new wave bands, yeah, I'm gonna read them again. Which new wave band scored the mid-'80s hit Somewhere in My Heart? Was it A, Aztec Camera, B, Blondie, C, Ultravox, or D, Thompson Twins? And I need your answers in 3, 2, 1.
Damn it.
I can't see it, Nancy. What is it?
It's an A.
Nancy says A, and both of you guys say D. And the correct answer is Nancy again with the
Wow.
correct answer.
Wow.
Nancy has caught up to Dave, and now it's a game. Santori, strangely enough, has fallen behind on this. I thought it was going to be his place.
We've redeemed ourselves, Dave.
You've made it come back.
That was a hard one. I
Yeah.
thought for sure that would have been a new wave, like an actual new wave band.
I went with, honestly, it was a logical guess. It was the only band I hadn't heard of.
There you go.
Or the song.
All right.
Or the song, exactly.
The work of Fritz Lang inspired which Madonna video? Was it A, Cherish? Was it B, Express Yourself? Was it C, Like a Prayer? Or D, Oh Father? The work of Fritz Lang inspired which Madonna video? Cherish, Express Yourself, Like a Prayer, or Oh Father? And I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. I got 2 A's and a C, and Santori and Nancy and Dave. And it was Express Yourself. No one
Wow.
got that one right. No points for
That was
anyone.
my backup guess. I knew it was a fashion thing, and the other two that you mentioned were not fashion videos. But
Nope, that was interesting. All right. The pencil sketch animation technique used in the AHA video Take On Me was known as what? A, onion skinning. B, still motion. C, pin screen. Or D, rotoscoping. The pencil sketch animation technique used in the AHA video Take On Me was known as what? Onion skinning. B, still motion. C, pin screen. Or D, rotoscoping. And I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. A, C, and C. Dave, Nancy, and Nancy, or Santori and Nancy. And the correct answer is rotoscoping. Nancy moves up to 5, taking the lead, and Santori is now tied with Dave. Nancy, you started off low, but you are making a big push into our game right now.
Nice.
Welcome back.
Thank
Now, Santori and Nancy specifically, I believe, should know this one. Dave, we'll see what you do because you got. I'll see how you do on this. How many singles were released from the Prince album Love Sexy? Was it A2, B3, C4, or D5? How many singles were released from the Prince album Love Sexy? 2, 3, 4, 5, in that order. 3, 2, 1, give me an answer, everybody. Tori and Nancy. Everybody gave me a different answer, and the correct answer is Nancy with 3 singles out of that album.
Blown away.
A Prince
She is-
song. Yeah, Prince question.
Prince question worked out well for you. You're now leading the gentlemen by 2 points each. It's going to be a rush for them to catch up, and you are on a roll. I don't think you've gotten one wrong since you guys all got the Express Yourself. Which British band had the massive hit Fool's Gold? Sorry, which British band had the massive hit Fool's Gold? Was it A, the Stone Roses, B, Lloyd Cole and the Commotions, C, Pixies, or D, Joy Davison? Which British band had the massive hit?
Was that
Fool's
Joy
Gold?
Division or Joy Davidson?
Oh, Joy Division. Okay, A, the Stone Roses, B, Lloyd Cole and the Commotions, C, Pixies, or D, Joy Division. I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. D, A. So, Dave and Nancy go with D. And the correct answer is A, the Stone Roses had the hit Fool's Gold.
Nice job.
And
Fine.
Thank you.
Shit.
And Tori has pulled away from Dave, and he's 1 point behind Nancy.
Thank you.
All right, we got a Sting question, specifically a Police question. Which one of these songs by the Police did not chart in the 1980s? A, Don't Stand So Close to Me. B, Every Breath You Take. C, Walking on the Moon. Or D, Wrapped Around Your Finger. Which one of these songs by the Police did not chart in the 1980s? Don't Stand So Close to Me, Every Breath You Take, Walking on the Moon, or Wrapped Around Your Finger. And I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. I got C, everybody across the board. The one that did not chart in the 1980s was Walking on the Moon. Everybody gets a point. Dave makes it to 5. Santori sitting
Good
at
job,
6.
everyone.
Nancy is running at 7. Y'all made it through to the next round. Known as a songwriter of hits like the Britney Spears song Toxic, Kathy Dennis was once a solo artist. Which 1980 song marked her debut? Was it A, Pump Up the Volume, B, Come and Get My Love, C, the theme from Express, or D, It Doesn't Have to Be? Kathy Dennis was once a solo artist. Which 80s song marked her debut? I want your answers in 3.
Wait, can you repeat the
Okay.
option?
Okay. A, Pump Up the Volume. B, Come and Get My Love. C, Theme from Express. And D, It Doesn't Have to Be.
Okay.
All right. I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. I got a C, I got an A, and I got an A. Santori, Nancy, and Dave. The correct answer is B, Come On Get My Love was the song that marked her debut. Nobody gets any points, and we move on to the next question. Which Grace Jones video features excerpts from the experimental documentary film Koyensikwati? Does anybody know this? No one knows this. We're moving on to that question. I can't even read.
God.
I can't.
Thank God.
I was just gonna pick the one that sounded familiar.
Yeah, me too.
Koyin Sinquati. So question 14 doesn't do anything. All right.
No, nothing.
Which Pet Shop Boys song was about the lead singer's Catholic upbringing? Was it A, It's a Sin? B, What Have I Done to Deserve This? C, Always on My Mind? Or D, Heart? Which Pet Shop Boys song was about the lead singer's Catholic upbringing? A, It's a Sin. B, What Have I Done to Deserve This? C, Always in My Mind? Or D, Heart? Questions, answers in 3, 2, 1. A, B, and B. Santori says A, and Nancy and Dave say B. The correct answer is A. It's a Sin.
Nice job, Santori.
Santori
Thank you.
has now tied it up with Nancy. They're both leaving you behind, Dave. You only got a couple questions.
The Pet Shop Boys. So I'm surprised I got that one wrong.
Number 16. Need You Tonight was released by which rock band? Was it A, The Cure, B, Metallica, C, INXS, or D, Aerosmith? Need You Tonight was released by which rock band? A, The Cure, B, Metallica, C, INXS, and D, Aerosmith. I need your answers.
I know the answer. Yeah.
Me too.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Show them, guys. I got C, C, C. I got C across the board. It is INXS that
Nice.
sang that song.
It's a great song.
So we have Nancy and Santori tied at 8. Dave is making his run at 6. All right, and we have a couple questions left. Kylie Minogue began her career in the late 1980s. Which of the following has she not done a duet with? A, Jimmy Plant, B, Nick Cave, C, Coldplay, or D, Shakira? Who has Kylie Minogue not done a duet with?
Kylie Minogue,
Jimmy
right?
Plant, Kylie Minogue, sorry. Jimmy Plant, B, Nick Cave, C, Coldplay, or D, Shakira? I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. E, A, and D. Let's see what we got here.
Bad.
A, D. Were you guys bad? The correct answer, Dave.
Nice
Shakira.
job.
I pulled that one right out my butthole.
You did, and you're catching up with these guys, so that is not too bad. You are only 2 points behind them. You need to hold them.
Are there only
tight.
1 point behind him?
You're 2 points behind them.
Ah, son of a bitch.
All right. Which Frankie Goes to Hollywood song was banned on UK radio play in 1984 because of its lyrics? Was it A, Two Tribes, B, Relax, C, Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, or D, Rage Hard? Which Frankie Goes to Hollywood song was banned on UK radio in 1984 because of its lyrics? A, Two Tribes, B, Relax, C, Welcome to the Pleasure Dome, and D, Rage Hard. I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. I've got B all across the board except with Santori, and the correct answer is
B.
B, Relax. Nancy and
When you want to
Dave
come,
get a point.
dirty.
Cheating.
Nancy is leading this 9. Santori has 8, and Dave has 8. So Dave and Santori are tied up.
Don't call it a comeback.
It's been here for years. All right. Talking of lyrics, which Roxette song featured the line, I'm not afraid, a trembling flower, I'll feed your heart and blow the dust from your eyes? Was it A, Listen to Your Heart, B, The Look, C, Dress for Success, or D, Dangerous? The lyrics again, I'm not afraid, a trembling flower, I'll feed your heart and blow the dust from your eyes. A, Listen to Your Heart, B, The Look, C, Dress for Success, or D, Dangerous? I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. I got A, D, and D. The correct answer is C, Dress for Success. No one was correct on that one. So we move on. Which Peter Gabriel song was not a gigantic hit in the 1980s? Was it A, Red Rain, B, Games Without Frontiers, C, Don't Give Up, or D, Sledgehammer? Which Peter Gabriel song was not a gigantic hit in the 1980s? A, Red Rain, B, Games Without Frontiers, C, Don't Give Up, or D, Sledgehammer? I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. I've got B, B, and A, and let's take a look at it. Nancy is correct with A.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank you.
Keeping it
Good job,
on.
Nancy.
Thank you.
And we have 3 questions left for the final round. Nancy is leading these boys pretty well. She has 10. You guys have 8. If you want to make it to the final round, you have to either catch up with Nancy or get 1 more point than Santori or Dave. All right. The question: which female singer was responsible for the song Could Have Been? Was it A, Debbie Gibson, B, Paula Abdul, C, Belinda Carlisle, or D, Tiffany? Which female singer was responsible for the song Could Have Been? Debbie Gibson, Paula Abdul, Belinda Carlisle, or Tiffany? I need your
I think that
answers
big
in.
smile on Nancy, I think she knows the answer to this one.
I'm embarrassed that I do.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Give me some answers here. I got D, A, and A. The correct answer is D, Tiffany.
What?
Whoa.
What? I thought she only had
Yes.
1 hit wonder.
Yes.
Take one
No.
alone now. I never heard
Tiffany sang could have been so beautiful. Could have been. Well, that's what I get for being cocky. Good job, Dave.
Good
They're
job,
kind
Dave.
of
You
interchangeable.
guys were so confident, and I took a guess, and I got it right. So sometimes
so
it pays to be
funny.
lucky.
I had both albums. I must have mixed them up.
We have got 2 more questions. For Nancy to stay the lead, you have to get both of these questions right. For Santori, even to stay in it, you have to get both of these questions right. So this is going to be quite a question. 23, and I don't know if this is going to be easy. The French song "Je le Taxi" by Vanessa Paradis charted at what position on the UK chart? 1, A1, B3, C5, or D7. The French song "Je le Taxi" by Vanessa Paradis charted at what position on the UK charts? 1, 3,
right.
5, or 7? 3, 2, 1. Give me an answer. I've got A, B, and B. The correct answer is B. Strangely enough, Nancy's at 11.
Yeah, I knew that
Santori
shit.
Right? Of course. Everybody knows that.
Right?
Chez la
Come on.
femme.
Easiest question
Mais
in the world.
oui.
Holy shit, was that easy? That was a crazy guess.
Yeah.
So Nancy, congratulations. You definitely move into the final round. Dave or Santori, we're about to break this out with 1 single question. If you both get it right, I have no idea what I'm going to do. Okay. Which Eurythmics song featured the lead singer entering a derelict cottage in a nightgown? Was it A, Here Comes the Rain Again, B, Right by Your Side, C, Would I Lie to You, or D, Sweet Dreams? Which Eurythmics song featured the lead singer entering a derelict cottage in a nightgown? A, Here Comes the Rain Again, B, Right by Your Side, C, Would I Lie to You, and D, Sweet Dreams. Tell me your answer in 3, 2, 1. Hey, everybody across the board, it is A, Here Comes the Rain Again.
Yay!
You guys tied it up. So I really am not sure how I'm going to do this. Nancy is already in the finals. Nancy, since they tied up, you won this game with the gold medal. They're going to be competing for the silver. Congratulations on the gold medal.
Thank you.
Good job,
This will be the
Nancy.
final round.
Good job.
Thank you.
I thought for
it was
sure
harder,
that
you
you would have just
guys-
blown us away. So I'm
I mean,
surprised
some
we
of
were
those, let's
competitive.
face it, it was just a random chance of which ones we guessed right or wrong in some of those. It was really
Yeah,
close.
for sure. You guessed
Good
well.
job.
Nice job.
Yes, you guys all played very well. So the two of you, we had to decide which one of you is going to get the bronze and the silver medal. So I'm going to read off a song, and what you have to do is you have to tell me what movie it came from in the 1980s. The moment you get it wrong, you're out. The only way you stay in out is if the other person gets their one wrong. Right, I'm gonna mute you, Nancy. You're muted.
The never-ending
You're
story.
muted. All right. Question number 1, and we're gonna start with Dave because I just get a pick. Dave, Danger Zone. What movie was from in 1980s?
Top Gun.
That is correct. Top Gun and Danger Zone is the correct answer. That goes to Dave. Moving on. Santori, The Heat is On. 1980s movie, The Heat is On.
The heat is on. Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop is correct. We're moving on. No one's getting anything wrong. No, C, Dave, Cruel Summer. What is Cruel Summer the theme song for?
Do I get a hint?
You do not.
Yeah. I had no idea it was even for a movie. I'm out. I have no idea.
Dave, okay, well, but you're not necessarily out because the only way Dave gets knocked out is if Santori, you can tell me what movie was Cruel Summer what was the theme song for?
The theme
Or
song?
featured heavily on the soundtrack. It
Oh,
featured
that's
extremely heavily on the soundtrack.
That'd be
Just say it.
Karate Kid.
That would be the Karate Kid. That is correct. Santori takes the silver medal. Dave moves on with the bronze. Nancy takes the gold medal. And that is it.
Good job.
That was really good. I like that you went with the Karate Kid. I like that you knew that. I was really impressed. Guys, that was James's game. That was a lot of fun. We did not complete the team game. Nancy took gold. Santori took silver. And poor Dave took bronze in the individual competition.
That's all right. It landed exactly how I figured it would, so I'm not disappointed.
But you lost on the Karate Kid, man. The Karate Kid. Are you serious?
I don't associate that song with Karate Kid.
Sweep the leg. Well, guys, I'm gonna let you do everything that we did. I'm gonna let you do what we did one last time before in a quick circle. Nancy, tell me what's going on here. What should we be looking out for you?
This month I am going to come out with my music corner show, and that is what it's going to be, is a music corner. And like I said, the first topic is going to be the history of music, what makes music music, and what is not music, which is a debate that we can make into a lot of shows, really.
Which should be very excited. Dave, I'm going to give you a chance to tell me what's going on with you next.
All right. Yeah, so I got Mile High Potcast Reviews has dropped another episode today. My son and I finally watched Lost Boys, and so we reviewed that. I just dropped a Race Through Space read-along podcast, the new episode of that. So take a look at that, and that's what I got going on. And this show.
Yes, and this show. Santori, as our guest, as the standing comedian, and as the one who really helped carry the team game through the end, you get to do the final promotion. That's not my promotion. Promote yourself, brother.
All right. Santori Unplugged, Wednesday nights. World Generation Podcast. 8, 9, and 10 times.
And we're opening. I cut you off in the middle of you doing all your time zones.
Right.
Do all your time zones.
Do it again.
Do it again. Do a better plug.
Right.
I forgot you give us
Santori
all
Unplugged,
time.
Wednesday nights. World Generation Podcast. Santori Unplugged. 8, 9, and 10. Those are your hours. Pacific, Central, and Eastern. Figure it out. But please tune in if you do figure it out. Yes.
One of those was,
That's not a
one
good
of
way
those
to
was
start your
Mountain.
show. Figure it out. You have to fight
I'm just
make
kidding.
it as
8,
hard as
8
possible
o'clock
for you to
on
find my
hours.
show.
Right.
Right. You literally skipped Mountain and you said people in California can watch it at 8 o'clock. There is no Mountain time zone in there. Listen, World Generation Podcast. Subscribe to Santori Unplugged on Facebook. Subscribe to Santori on Facebook. Subscribe to the Mile High Podcast. Subscribe to Truckee Pacific. I will be doing James in the Giant Country. I have a wonderful interview with Dave. DK showed back up. She's going to do an interview as well. That'll be coming out this week. And if you want to get a hold of us on Instagram, we are Mile High Podcast on Instagram. You can email us at milehighpodcast@gmail.com, at Truckee Pacific Productions @gmail.com. If you want to Twitter us, it is at High Podcast, and the Venmo, if you want to give us money and you want to see us keep playing James's games, but maybe with better graphics, is at High Podcast. That's where the money goes. Other than that, Nancy, Dave, Santori's cameraman, I hope you are all staying safe. Thank you so much for coming out to the Mile High Podcast. Thank you so much for staying to play James's game. That is it. Good night.
Good night.
We're not leaving, are we? Are we smoking together with
Yeah,
Dee,
we can
or-
do. Yeah, we can.